Oh, why are Derby fans saying this football is dreadful to watch? You're in the Championship. Shouldn't we be more happy? That's the question we're talking to John and Peyton about this week on Where Rams Walk. Thank you very much for watching. Please drop us a subscribe and a like, because also this week we're reviewing the Christmas fixtures for Derby. How good or bad are they? And we're looking ahead to January transfer window and contract discussions. Who's out of contract and who would John and Peyton here offer a new one to? And it's the FA Cup third round ties next week. So we're asking these two which dream tie would they like. Let's jump straight into it, shall we then, John? Dear. I'm not knocking Yates, but other than that, what did we do? I can't remember the Preston keeper making many saves or Derby creating anything more. And it's been like that for most games so far this season. Nathaniel says we are dreadful to watch and have the uncanny ability of dragging everyone we play down to their level. I was expecting a lot more positivity after the point at Preston. John, why are people fed up with the style of football now?
Well, again, it's fan expectation, isn't it? I mean, I come out of the ground yesterday and I won't admit it wasn't a great game, but I don't think it was ever going to be a great game. The conditions were bad up there. Both teams were, it was a low mid-table, low-table clash. So I don't think I was expecting anything spectacular in relation to football. Albeit, I will say both teams were poor in relation to trying to get a foothold, trying to play football. But the pitch was, slippy. It was quick. I don't think people got the foot on the ball correctly. However, both teams were, giving the ball away, sloppy. Both teams never produced any combination play with the football. However, there was effort there, there was scrap. But this is what we've got to think about. I said, start of the season, fans have got to have balance. Let's look at the league table. It doesn't lie. We're 11th. We're sitting comfortably. Looking forward to 2 home games now. Away, it is what it is away from home for me. We get a point. However we play, it's a point gained. All right, okay, performances are important, but away from home, I'd rather take the points and run. At home, then I see us being challenged a bit more. Yes, we do need to play a bit more football at home. Yes, we do need to be braver on the ball at home. But however, we've got a solution with that because David Ozo comes back in, who is he's our top ball carrier in the middle of the park. So we should look forward to the next 2 games and see where we're after that, I think.
Okay. Thanks for that, John. It echoes a lot of the points that people were making. Peyton, Cam says, can someone please ask him what CBT has done wrong to not get a minute of football in weeks despite our dross attempts at attacking football? Can you also ask him what blackmail Jackson has on him to be in the starting 11 every single week? Thanks. I think you get the points they're making. Do you agree with them?
Some of them, yeah. I think being a bit harsh on Caden Jackson, I feel like the Coventry game especially, he was really, really good at right wing back. And it feels like when you've got fullbacks injured and you don't want to be playing Kane Wilson every game in case he gets injured, because he's the only right back we have, really. You don't want to be risking him when there's someone like Caden Jackson who can do that. Blackett-Taylor is not that kind of player. However, on the other hand, the fact that Blackett-Taylor isn't getting any chance with the form that Mendez-Laing and Jackson as well are in is unfair. However, I feel like midweek definitely should be getting an opportunity, probably from the start, because we can't have Jerry Yates due to the loan obligation. And really, we have no other striker. So it's likely that he's going to play Mendez-Laing up front. And then that means Blackett-Taylor has a position. Give him a go.
Do you agree, John? Has there been any falling out that we don't know about? Why is he not? Why is the obvious not happening?
Something must have gone off because I think he's come on and he's looked decent. The impact he's brought off the bench. He's looked fine. I mean, he's looked a threat. He's a ball carrier. The thing is, one problem we've had, the only thing we've got to improve on this year is this season is more ball carrier, more ball retention. And particularly out wide, we lose it sometimes out wide and it breaks up and then we're on the back foot again. And I think Blackett-Taylor, when he's come on, has done a good job. So I hope he gets a start, and whatever problems there is. I mean, if they can't be that bad, because if they were that bad, he wouldn't even be in the squad if there was major issues. So he's obviously trusting him to put him on the bench ahead of others. So the thing with Blackett too, it's what Peyton alluded to. It's positional in a 3-5-2. You can't play him in a 3-5-2. He's a 4. He's a wide man, so he plays in a 4-3-3, 4-2-4, 4-2-3-1. You know, that type of formation, 3-4-3. So maybe sometimes he hasn't been the right person to bring in at the right time. However, he does need some minutes. I think he deserves minutes, because apparently he trains hard in training, and what I've seen of him, it's been decent when he's come on. He keeps the ball and he carries the ball, which helps us get further up the pitch as well. So hopefully we see more of him.
Okay. Peyton, I didn't ask you about this enjoyable football debate that's going on social media at the moment. I want to get your view on it. Infernal X1 says, I don't even care about the point. Why are we so crap? Why do we not use these? Why does Jackson start every game? Dave says, if we stay up, that'll be unreal considering how poor we are in the final third. If investment comes, I really don't want Warne anywhere near a decent budget. I can't stand his style or tactics. We promised we wouldn't every week talk about manager in or manager out, but I'm getting a sense of listening to Derby fans that the tactics are really now grating on fans' nerves. They want to watch something a lot more attacking and enjoyable, and dare I say, not even caring too much whether it leads to a point or not.
We're 11th in the Championship. That's all I have to say. We're 11th in probably the hardest league in England. We've got 5 wins, 5 draws, and 6 losses, and we've played Middlesbrough, Norwich, other good teams, Bristol City in there. We're 11th, and to be honest, there's a lot of teams below us who arguably are better, who aren't doing as well. And I don't think you see all of them going, why has our manager not been sacked? Why is this, Luton? Rob Edwards has been very, very close, but they haven't got rid of him. They've trusted him, and they're starting to pick form up. We're 11th in the league. He's still got January. There's still players to come back. We're defensively incredibly solid. We don't concede all that much. Yes, the attacking isn't good enough, but Jerry Yates is scoring goals. We are scoring goals, albeit not many. A couple more goals, one thing needs to click, and we'll be absolutely fine.
It's a really robust answer, Peyton. Just pushing the envelope a little bit deliberately here. Are you not bothered then about how dull the games are to watch?
I think sometimes it's a bit annoying knowing that the ability's there and there's little snippets in the games where we go forward and it looks like we could score 5 or 6, and then 5 minutes later look like we couldn't score if we played 200 minutes of football. It's like, I don't know. It gets annoying sometimes, but I feel like where we are in the league, the way we are defensively, and the fact that the fans are still showing up as much as we are, I think shows enough right now.
Okay. John, you've seen a lot of Derby. I imagine you've been here where you probably had a lot of worse football than going on at the moment. So should fans just button it and like Peyton says, accept that league positions and points are coming?
It's Operation 60 points, isn't it? And we're well on course to get that. We're 11th in the league. Like Brian Clough said, the league table under the lights. And what do you want to do? Do you want to play pretty football and be bottom? Because if this side went and played pretty football, they won't win a game if they played out from the back, because they haven't got the behaviours for that. Paul Warne is getting a tune out of this side. Yes, do we need to be more creative for open play? We'd have that, but we have the solution with that. David Ozer coming back, he has that ability to just step on the ball a little bit and ease it out a little bit. We've got the January transfer window coming up, where we can change it up a little bit, and the basics are there. We're competing, we're solid. We like to say we look Preston didn't look like Preston didn't create a lot yesterday. It shows that we've got the basics, and Paul Warren's getting a tune out of the players. So 11th, we're 11th. If we finish 11th end of season, it's been a top season. Next season, if investment comes in, then you judge it a little bit, which you add in a bit more quality. But for now, we are where we should be, and it's good.
Okay. And I think especially, I think someone said one of the comments was we make all the teams stoop to our level, and I think you should take that as a positive. We make good teams look bad, which is something that every team wants to have, Yeah,
it's a really good point. You've argued that really well, both of you. Thank you very much. Do you disagree, though? Should this be more entertaining? Drop it into the comments. Drop in the comments below. Moving on, then you've got 2 games, of course, this week, which we'll have a look at now, and we're also going to look at the whole Christmas calendar. So let's bring that up. This is where we'll decide, I think, in January, John, usually where a team is going to be in and around. You've not flirted with that relegation zone at all this season. Actually, you're closer to the playoffs than that line for most of it. But when you look at these 8 games, do you have the squad depth and quality to get through this period to that Leeds game at the end of the year?
We're lucky because we have. I think we have everyone's back now, bar one player. So it's the squad. The squad is coming at the right time for us. Yes, I think with the good thing with Derby is there's some games in there which we're not expected to get anything out of. However, there's games in there which we need to get points from. So the beauty of our squad is, and this credit to Paul Wall, how he's assembled it, is we can play various formations. So we're adaptable. We can go 3 at the back, we can go 4 at the back, we can change the midfield, etc., provided everyone stays fit. There's games in there that I'm looking to be. We've got to be on at least 30 points going into January the 1st when we play Sheffield Wednesday. So we need 10 points from those games, in my opinion. And there's 10 points in that lot, I think.
It definitely is, isn't it? Look at those home games there, Peyton. Swansea, Sheffield Wednesday, who don't pull up any trees. Portsmouth at home as well. And then, of course, West Brom at home and Leeds at home towards the end of the year. How many points would you think is a minimum, Peyton, from this 8?
A minimum? I feel like 6 or 7. I mean, there is a few really tough games. And I think, especially with Leeds being twice in there, we have an expectation to get something out of the Leeds game as it's a rivalry. However, realistically, they're probably on paper the best team in the league. If we get something out of either of them, it's an achievement. If we don't, and we don't get battered, that's also an achievement. Yeah. I feel like if we lose narrowly both times, you take the positives of we conceded 1 or 2 goals to the best team in the league and are doing okay, and take that into the other games. The Portsmouth game, we can get a result out of that. The Sheffield Wednesday game, even the Luton game, maybe. They're not on form. They're only just trying to find something. Maybe get something out of that game. Get a point, get 2, get 3.
Okay. Just on this Leeds game, it is a weird fixture, isn't it? That you play the same side twice in 3 weeks, and obviously it's unlucky for you that, of course, this is Leeds. Do you think there's advantages and disadvantages the way the fixture can be just throwing this up, John, or does it not matter? I mean, to sandwich 2 Leeds games in 3 weeks is a disadvantage to Derby, isn't it?
You've got to play them, haven't you? It doesn't matter when you play them to me. I know what you're saying, twice in 3 weeks, but there's another way of looking at it. Like Peyton says, they are the best team in the league. Leeds will go up with whoever. I think there's no question about that. I'd rather get them out of the way. It could be a good time to play them because around Christmas time, people rotate squads, they shift squads about. It's probably the right time to play Leeds because you always get at Christmas time the odd results popping up, don't you, at Christmas because of how the schedule's set up. We're a fit side, we're an organised side, so I think that December the 29th might be a good time to play them.
Okay. All right. And also it's before the January transfer window, before they get a chance to strengthen again. And for the new year as well, you could look at it that way. All right, brilliant. Thank you very much, both of you.
Okay.
Yep. Talking to January transfer windows, then let's have a look at Derby County's out of contract players in the summer, and let's start having to think about what conversations need to start to be had, and some offers on the table if it hasn't happened already. Peyton, quite a lot. First of all, we know many of the ones in green there are loans, but for the ones in white, if you were running Derby County, who gets an extension, who gets a new deal for you?
I feel like you offer Forsyth a coaching role because he's gotten on a bit now. Luthra, no one cares about because I don't think we'll ever see him play for Derby ever. Collins is an iffy one, but I feel like he's got to go. And then, other than that, I think Thompson gets a renewal and Kane Wilson does. And then we try and sign Jerry Yates, 15-year contract, do whatever we can, but it's unlikely.
I don't think he's well liked at Swansea, so I think you may end up with a chance. Certainly, our Swansea fans don't have much time for him. John, for you, anything else needs to happen?
I would keep Kane Wilson, and I would keep Liam Thompson. The rest, either coaching role like Peyton says for Craig for his loyalty. But the rest I would get out on loan in December.
You don't think you'd have a chance of signing Ozo then?
No chance.
No, not Ozo. He will. What I've seen of him, he will play for England. Well, we haven't got a player like that. Him, that holding midfielder that he will. If he carries on, he'll be playing for England in the year's time.
You're not going to try and break the bank then, because you think he'll want to play Premier League?
Yeah, if we got in the Premier League, I'd try and get him on loan. Don't get me wrong, but we're not. I think next year is well. It depends. If we've got a big. If someone comes in with a lot of money, then yeah, I'd go for him. But he is Premier League top team bound, not Palace bound. He's Everton. No, you're joking. He's top 14 bound. He is.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first, folks. Right, thank you very much for that. Before we let you go, of course, it's FA Cup third round draw next weekend as the second round comes to its conclusion. So, not that first of all, do you care less about the FA Cup this year's Derby County events? Is it just about survival for you, Peyton?
I don't care about the FA Cup. I mean, if we could have a couple of good FA Cup games, maybe get a Premier League team away, a nice away day, it'd be nice. But I don't think anyone's going to be too bothered if we get knocked out to a Championship side. 1 or 2 now.
All right. Well, we're asking you this week to fix the draw then. Who do you want at home or away? You can have everybody you want that's currently left in it. John, what's your ideal third round talk?
Premier League team away, day out. Or Forest, of course.
Forest away.
Well, Chesterfield, a local game, but pretty much I'm like Peyton. I'd rather us go out third round to Old Trafford. That's what I'd rather do. All
right, Peyton.
I mean, United away would be quite good. Last time we went to them in the FA Cup, it was the FA Cup? No, it was the Carabao Cup. Last time we went to them in a cup competition, it was a pretty good game to watch. So I'd like one of them again.
But you might not get knocked out though if you go there. They're not that good, are they?
It would take Man City at the moment.
Yeah, go Man City. Yeah, you're right. All right, let us know what you think. Then drop it in the comments below. Who would you want in the third round if you could care less? And of course, if you haven't yet done so, press the subscribe button. We really want to help growing this channel. We know there's loads of other great Derby content out there, but this is the shortest and quickest one that reviews everything that goes on. Thank you very much, Peyton. Thank you, John. Enjoy your games this week. 2 home games for you, isn't it? So it'd be good to get back at Pride Park, and we'll review both of those when we see you in 7 days' time. Thank you very much.